Hi there, friends and neighbors. With this video, I'm going to show you how to take a simple random sample, or as close as possible, how to randomize your sample for purposes of a research project. If you're doing this for my research project for introductory statistics, the first and foremost thing I need to make certain I say to everyone is, as a reminder, do not start collecting data until I have directly given you approval. There'll be nothing ambiguous about it. I will directly send you a message that says you are approved to start collecting data now. Don't start collecting data until that's been done, until you've received that message directly from me. There are two reasons for this. The first is ethical, and I need to make certain that your project is going to satisfy appropriate ethical standards. And the second reason is because you don't yet know how to take a random sample, so you would be wasting your time, probably, and you'd have to start again, probably. So I'm going to, with this video, ameliorate that problem. But you still need to wait for approval for ethical reasons. So this video I'm going to show you how to generate random numbers and how to take a random sample. Let's start with something simple, like I've got an exercise where I'm going to demonstrate that you as a human being are incapable of being random. You can't do it. Now to demonstrate that, I'm going to have an exercise where you get out a pen and something to write on. We're going to write random digits as fast as you can. Now, just as a reminder here, I've got the 10 symbols that are digits. There are only 10 symbols in our writing system that constitute digits. This is not a digit. This is not a digit. That's not a digit. That's not a digit. The only things that are digits are these 10 symbols. And so when I say write random digits as fast as you can, what I mean is write these numbers in a random order as fast as you possibly can. As many as you can, as fast as you can when I say go, which I haven't done yet. So go pause the video now so you can go get something to write on and something to write with, like say a pen and paper, for example. And I'm going to pull up my timer. I will pause the video. I'm sorry, you pause the video. I'll be here when you get back, and then we will have a good old time. Okay, so I'm going to give you a second. Okay, so let's see, hopefully we're ready to do this now. Come over here to the exercise. Okay, all right, so write down random digits as fast as you can. Ready, go! Okay. Faster than that. Faster than that. Really fast, fast. Go, go, go. Write fast random digits as fast as you can. Keep writing. Write random digits as fast as you can. Faster, faster, faster. Random digits. So important. Okay. Keep going. Keep writing random digits. Write them down randomly. Random, random. Digits, digits. Write down random digits as fast as you possibly can. Keep writing. Keep randoming. Keep random writing. Keep writing random digits. Random, random, random. Fast, fast, fast. And stop. Okay. So that's 48 seconds of random digits. What should have happened is, if you did the exercise, you get fatigued and you get bored and certain processes change. So what I want to do right now is compare the digits you generated to a table of pseudo-random numbers that you have access to in Canvas and that you can find easily on the internet. So let me pull that up. Here's a table of pseudo-random numbers, as random as we can make them, that should be similar to yours, other obviously than the fact that these happen to be grouped by 5. That's not what matters. So let's look at how your numbers differ. There's several key ways in which human-generated so-called random numbers are different from a table of random numbers. One important difference is that you tend to avoid repeating digits. So double digits, you tend to avoid them if you are a human being trying to be random. So an actual table of random numbers, of course, is going to have double digits about one time out of 100. So here we've got a 66. Let's look. Here's a 444, actually, because triple digits also are going to exist. Here's a 55. And so on. So Double digits are no more unusual than any other pair of digits if you're generating numbers at random. That's one difference. Another difference is human beings tend to stray either on the low side or the middle side or the high side. They tend to group their numbers together. Okay? And that's not going to happen with random numbers at all. And then another thing happens as you continue writing and you continue to be fatigued is you tend to generate more repeated digits than would be expected by chance. Okay? So a double-digit repetition should happen about 1 time in 100. If you are, let's say, going on for 48 seconds generating supposedly random numbers, you are going to tend to, by the time you get to the end of that, become fatigued enough that you will start writing more double digits than would be expected by chance. Here's my point. My point is, you are a human being. You are good at making patterns. You're good at recognizing patterns. You are not good at avoiding patterns. You're basically incapable of doing that. That is why your intuition does not count for purposes of random number generator. It counts for a lot of things, but not for this. You must use a randomization mechanism to take your sample in this class. You must use something that randomizes it. And I will show you several examples. One example I'll show you. So yeah, fewer runs at first, restricted range, more runs after fatigue. There's about 7 different properties that human beings do when they're trying to be random that is just not random. You're not capable of doing it. You're good at other things, you're not good at that. I'm going to show you an example of how to use a random number table to generate random numbers. So suppose we've got these 28 hotels and I want to use a random number table like the one you just saw to sample 4 of these hotels. So I take the numbers and I split them into 2s. 69, 05, 16, 48, etc. Then I number the hotels from 01 to 28. I need 2 digits because I've got somewhere between 10 and 99 hotels. I've got 28 of them. So 69, there is no 69. It stops at 28, so that doesn't count. Then I go to 05. So Beach Castle. I sample Beach Castle. 16, I sample the Radisson. 48 is not on the list. 17 means I sample the Ramada. 87 is not on the list. 17 was already used. In fact, all of these numbers are off the list or are duplicates until I get to 20. So that means I'm going to sample C Club. So this is using a random number table to sample 4 hotels out of 28. Sometimes that's appropriate for your project. If you've got stationary objects such as a list, this is one way to do it. Another very similar way to do that would be to oversample and then use a random number generator to reduce, to take down to the 30 that's required for your project. And you can do that. Let's say I've got here 186 data and I know that I only need 30. So what I'm going to do is create a table, add a column of random numbers, random. I'm going to call it random. And then use the function equals, R-A-N-D, open close, rand. Copy that. Go all the way down to the bottom of the data set. And then from the bottom, select and go all the way up and paste. So now I've got random numbers. What I'm going to do is sort by those random numbers and I'm going to take the top 30 observations. That's going to be my sample. So I select the whole table like this, right click, sort, or I don't see the sort. Oh yeah, wait, I don't see it. Well, okay, that's fine. Right click and then you go to data, sort, and then I'm going to sort by the random column, sort by random. Then you click OK. Now they're in random order and I can take the top 30. I go down to row 31 because remember the first row was the name of the variable. Then I take these out and I delete everything all the way down, and that's my random sample of 30 observations. So that's another way you can do it. And a somewhat easier way to do it that I think a lot of people really take advantage of in this freshman level class is to flip a coin. So let's say you stand in a populated area where your population walks by. Let's say the courtyard of campus, or let's say the mall, or something like that. As somebody walks by and you're considering whether or not to give them your questionnaire, you flip a coin. If it comes up heads, you go give them your questionnaire. If it comes up tails, you leave them alone and you never talk to them, and you don't record that observation in any way. Another I have found that students sometimes are embarrassed flipping coins in public, and that's fine. Another trick that works is to have a coin flip app on your phone. And here's an example of that. If you go to random.org, very interesting website, one of the things that it can do is generate coin toss. So I'll come here to Coin Flipper, click on Coin Flipper, and I'm going to flip one coin, and I get to select the type of coin I want. I want to choose a coin from the Roman Empire, so that's what I'm doing. And then you click Flip, and it just flips it, and there, that's heads. That comes up heads. So as the person walks by, if I get heads, I'm going to go give them my questionnaire. I'm going to flip again, and I get tails this time. I'm going to let that person walk by. And so this is something that you can do. Now heads, I'll take the next person, and so forth. So something like this is required. You can use any mechanism you want, but it must be a randomization process, such as a coin toss, rolling of a die, I don't know, a random number table, oversampling and then deleting down to 30 using Excel, random number generator in Excel, etc., 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 but something. And you have to do something, some way to randomize your project. Okay, I'm hoping to hear more from you soon. This is up and coming with draft 4, and this is, if you don't get it right this time, you'll get it right eventually. We get 10 drafts. We'll make it. All right, I'll hear from you soon.